You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. We have a topic that, given my libertarian leanings, I'm surprised we haven't had it. Your opinion of marijuana by John. Hello, Cappy. Thanks for the response on how to deal with Jesus freak parents. I'm contacting you now regarding a question that has been on my mind about marijuana usage. While I never experimented with it out of fear of being drug tested by my school or sports in the ROTC, I can't help but think of the facts I've heard over the years saying marijuana is about as harmful, if not less, than alcohol. I also recall you stating people that smoke marijuana to be typical millennial losers. Oh, not just millennials. Not just millennials. Since you and I, as of now, take the libertarian position which proposes the legalization of drugs since it is a victimless, self-imposed act, why such hard feelings on the druggies? Do you think it's possible to be a person growing physically, mentally, and spiritually while smoking marijuana? Except for your personal beliefs on these people, when do you think marijuana will become legalized in all 50 states without prescription from the state still busting people for marijuana in states where it's already legal? Please make a video. All right. Let's take these. Which propose it? I want to specifically answer your question. Since you and I, as of now, take the libertarian position which proposes the legalization of drugs since it is a victimless, self-imposed act, why such hard feelings on the druggies? Because you're fucking idiots. These are typically inferior people. That's why. The libertarian approach is the only real-world adult approach, and that is you can do whatever the fuck you want, and you are going to answer 100% responsibly to the costs of it. You have you don't go on birth control and you get impregnated, well, you better go get an abortion. All right, it's kind of the same thing. I find abortion disgusting. I find it. I wouldn't necessarily say wrong because I could see instances where it might be called for, but not to get into an abortion debate, but to use it as a parallel to the marijuana. You can go ahead and do it. I don't care what you do. I am not the judge. I am not your God. I don't care what you do. But yeah, I am going to judge you morally. I'm going to decide whether or not I want you personally in my life or not. And basically, potheads I don't want in my life. Every once in a sure, if you have it once in a while, I'm not going to judge you. But an actual pothead where they're just like, well, like that's all they live for. I've ran into those people, and they're losers. They're fucking losers. So the debate to me is not, oh, is it more damaging than alcohol? It's just these are people I don't want to be around with. You can do pot, you can do heroin, you can do meth, you can do whatever the fuck you want to kill yourself. Go right the fuck ahead. You're just not in my life. And I give another one, even maybe a better analogy. Millennial body mutilation, or body mutilation in general. Girls getting tatted up sleeves on their arms, piercing eyebrow, piercing their nose, piercing the lip, shaving one hair off, and then dyeing the other head. You got every right. You stupid dumb fuckers putting the fucking loop-de-loop things in your ear. You got every right to do it. But yeah, you know what? When it comes to like people I want to hang out with and judging you, whether I want to do business with you, interact with you, have you as a friend, or give you a second of my life, yes, I'm going to judge you. So if you're a pothead, chances are I'm not going to hang out with you. You got the stupid oop-de-loop in your ears, chances are I'm not going to hang out with you. You got a liberal arts degree, chances are I'm not going to hang out with you. But I'm not going to make laws that says you can't do it. That's my stance. I go ahead, do whatever. I encourage you to live your life as you see fit because I want you to be as happy as you can possibly be. But if you make decisions in life where I'm like, I have every right to discriminate against you, every fucking right. So I think they're a little butthurt about that because what? They're not sitting on the board of Goldman Sachs. Oh man, like gee whiz, man. It's like you are fucking idiots if you're a pothead. Both when you're on pot and when you're not on pot, you are a fucking idiot. All right? So again, have a toke. Sure, you're at a party in your 20s, go ahead. But then don't be like, man, like where it's your life. These people who like their lives are all about pot. Well, it's like, get the fuck out of here, you inferior piece of shit. All right? And that's any addict. That's like if that's all you got, no, just get out of here. So that's my general take on it. from a legal and moral perspective. Do you think it's possible to be a person growing physically, mentally, and spiritually while smoking marijuana? Yeah, I mean, if you do it in moderation. Like I said, I know one guy, he was a roommate of mine. Pot ruined his life. He was, I mean, I know it's anecdotal, but he was just, that's all he did was smoke pot. And you cannot function as a pot smoker. You just can't. And I recall we were kind of suspicious as to whether or not he was blowing people over in the gay district in Minneapolis to make the money so he could afford rent and pot. So, can you? Yeah. Here or there, fine. You know, just like cigarettes. You have a cigarette, maybe you have a drink. That doesn't mean you're going to develop lung cancer, you know, or liver cancer. But if you do a lot of it and you become addicted, you know, no, it's not possible for you to lead a stimulating, rewarding life. You may be rewarded with pot, yeah, and maybe that's all you want. Fine, go smoke in your little commune over in fucking Colorado. I don't care. But don't then tell me you're fucking Noam Chomsky or fucking Stefan Molyneux and you and I are going to have some great conversation and you're some intellectual. Please do not even compare yourself to like a normal person with an IQ of 100. All right? Just go like, wow, man, look at my hands. It's got 5 fingers. And make jokes about the munchies. Yeah, man, the munchies. Oh, that's some fucking Bill Burr-esque level of quality humor right there. That's, all right, aside from your personal beliefs on these people, when do you think marijuana will be legalized in all 50 states without persecution from the states still buzzing? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it happened in our lifetime. I think we're finally, for whatever reasons, people are starting to realize, look, if we can have abortion be legal, you can certainly have pot be legal. What is it? Are we up to 7 states now? You might have some holdouts, you know, like Utah. I don't think Utah would ever. Well, maybe they would because, you know, think about it that way. A lot of these traditional, a lot of them are conservative in the old school sense, like leave us the fuck alone, and they probably don't even care if you legalize pot. Wyoming, for all of its hoo-dang-diggly, gun-toting Republican white Melville, it was the first state to grant women the right to vote. So it's kind of like, yeah, go do what we want. So true freedom. But where would the Bible Belt maybe? There might be a lot. Ooh, Satan's in the pot. It's in the weed. Ooh. So there might be some holdouts there, but otherwise, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden it. But it's not going to be a federal issue. I mean, the federal government's got more important shit to deal with than this bullshit right here. Although it hasn't prevented us from banning light bulbs. All right. Anyway, that's my take on marijuana. Don't look. If you're a pothead, don't bother even commenting down below. I'm not gonna read them. You're not gonna convince me. You're just not. I told you could go smoke. You can do whatever you want. For those of you who are all just because you're not earning the respect or getting the street cred for people who just dismiss, you're not gonna change my mind. Just go smoke your pot, be happy, and dream about pink elephants or whatever the fuck it is you do. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.